So now we're going to look at transformation geometry. So we've been given a question, and this logo here is the object. What we are first asked to do is draw the given logo, which is here, and then locate points A, points O, A1, A2, and A3. So in order to find point O is 100 millimeters from point A. So here we've got point A. So this here is point O. This is given, all this information is given in the question. Then A1 has a radius of 60 millimeters from O. So we put the pin of our compass on O and we stretch it out to 60 millimeters and we strike an arc. So we strike it along here and around. So where it intersects this vertical axis here is A1, and where it intersects the vertical axis down here is A2. If we extend out this axis here, and where it intersects with the curve is A3. So now we have A, O, A1, A2, and A3. So we've defined the given image of the logo under the following transformations. From point A to A1 by a translation. From point A1 to A2 by an axial symmetry in the line A3. So that's going to act as our axis. And from the point A2 to A3 by a central symmetry in the point P. So we've got point P here as well. Sorry, I must point out as well that point P is given also in the question. Point P is 30 millimeters out from this line, and how we find P is we join A2 to A3, and then we come up 30 millimeters and go across, and where it intersects the line from A2 to A3 is point P. So we can mark that. That is also given in the question. So we'll start now with our object. So here is our object, or our logo. So the first thing we need to do is we are given point A, but none of the rest of the points are labelled. So the first thing to do to avoid confusion is to label all the rest of the points. So here I have point A, B, C. C is the centre of the circle. D, E, F, and G. So first of all, it's given in the question that this circle has a radius of 30 millimeters. So we draw the circle, and where it intersects with the axis here is point A. Where it intersects with this axis B here, E up here. The distance between B and G along this curve is 10 millimeters. And it's the same for E and F up here. To find D, from here up to D is 15 millimeters. So then we join point C to D, and then we join D to E, and that will give us this section here. So now we've found all of the points on our object. So now we're going to undertake the first task, which is the translation. So the first step is join A to A1, because we already have A1 found. And once we join those together, for the rest of the points, we'll bring a line up from G, which is parallel to A1, and we bring a line up parallel from B, which is parallel to A1, and the same for each of those points for C, D, E, and F. So for all the points, we bring it up parallel. Once we've that done, we take out our compass, and we're using our compass, put the pin of our compass on A, stretch up to A1. Using this distance, we go to point B, and we strike it off, point G, and we strike it off, on the line that we brought up. Same with C, strike it off on the line that was brought up. Same with D, E and F. Always making sure to keep the same measurement on your compass that we have gotten from A to A1. So then when we join all these points together, so from B to G and A, and when we draw the curve, we should get exactly this. So essentially what has just happened is we've got our object, we've translated it, so it basically just went up like this, slide up like this, and that's what's given us. So that is what the translation is. Now we're going to move on to the second part of the question, and that asks us from point A1 to A2 by an axial symmetry in the line A to A3. So here's our axis. So basically what axial symmetry is it's a mirror image of this. So this is a mirror image of this. So what the first thing we'll do is we'll bring A straight down to A2 and join those up. Then we'll bring down all our other points, F1, G1, E1, B1, C1 and D1. We'll bring all those straight down. And once we've got all those brought down, we'll get our compass again. And we'll put the pin of our compass here on the where this line intersects the axis. We'll put the pin of our compass there, stretch it out to A, come down, strike an arc on that line. Then we'll move over here to where this line intersects the axis, and we'll put our compass at the G, strike it off. Do the same for F and strike it off. Then we'll move over and so on. So then you will be left with points on each of the lines, which will be labelled A2, B2, C2, E2, and so on. So it's important to note that whatever distance that this point is away from the axis up here in our translation, it will be the exact same down here, because it's just a mirror image. So if we just imagine A3 as a mirror, the image here is just a mirror of this up here. So it's going to be the same distance from here to here is the same as here to here. And from here to here is the same as here down to here. So I'll just show you exactly what happened here. So basically, if that is your object right here, or if that's your translation, and it's down, we'll say it's closer to the axis, all that happened is it has just flipped. And it's just sitting here like that. That's all that's happened, it has just flipped. So it's gone from this and flipped down to this. So the third and the final part of our question is from point A2 to A3 by a central symmetry in point P. So this one is slightly different. So we're after locating point P in the question. So we bring point A2. We've already have that done. We have A2 brought over to A3. We have that done already. So the next thing we'll do is bring all of the other points through point P. So we bring F2 straight through point P. We'll bring E2 straight through point P. D2 straight through point P, and so on until all of our points are brought through point P as shown. The next step then is again get our compass, pin of our compass on P, stretch it out then to any of the points, say F2, follow the line of F2, strike it off. That will give you point F3 on our central symmetry. Then we stretch it out to D2 and follow D2's line, and that's out here, and strike it off. We do that for all of the points, and then we join the points up, and this is essentially what we get. So what has happened here is we've taken all these points and put them through a point, so it has ended up like this. So it has flipped, it has started here, and now it has turned and has ended up here. So essentially it has flipped and turned like that. So here, so it's turned and flipped up. So that's what's happened. So now here we have translation, axial symmetry, and central symmetry. And they are the steps involved in doing each of those questions. Thank you.